my exam to go into grade 7. So after the result, they told me that I was placed in the brightest class, which was 7-1. Yes, I was there struggling because at the time my mom was not working, and daddy was not working, so everything have to be dependent on grandma. So I put that on my head, and it just let me get low grades in grade 7. So when I do my end of year exam, because every grade in high school they have to do the midterm exam or end of year exam. When I got my result, I came last. I couldn't believe. So I get the report and I thought I just get rid of it because I didn't want to tell my parents that I came last, and I don't want them to ask me how comes this. And you understand, me never did want grandma feel away. But anyway, by the year goes by, I break the news to them, and I cried and I told them that, listen, is what the circumstances, the struggling that they have to struggle to send me to school. But anyway, I was in church one day and I prayed and I said, God, I don't want to come last again in my class. Yeah, come last, dead last in my class. Nobody ball like me. Yeah, me ball at the classmate, them start troubling me. And I just make me feel a way still. But anyway, overcome it, and God has, answered my prayer. When I moved over to grade 8, when I moved to grade 8, they put me in the 4th Dunce class now. I kind of feel a way. So I say, alright then, now I got grade 9. And and do me end that year exam. I may not get one good grade for going to one bright class in a grade 9. Anyway, so I did my exam and I was placed 8th in grade 8. I was so happy, and I tell myself that, God, I'm going to do my homework, and no matter what, the struggle that my parents and my grandmother has to go through to send me to school, I don't want to put it on my mind, so I just let God, have his own way. Anyway, God has provided a job for my mother and my father, that they can support me, because when grandma get a little money from her son to buy, grocery, and so she would just take a little out of it and, put it aside that this is for school. Yes. And she sent us to school, and tell her, I become one of the brightest students in my class right up till grade 11. And I remember when I was in grade 9, I did my exam again and I was placed 3rd this time. I said, alright then, gotta work for me. Anyway, the struggling again started with my parents, my mother and my father. They wasn't, having a good relationship. So I put this on my mind, and it kind of let me slow in school. But what some parents don't understand, that, listen, when a mother and a father live in the house together and they are going through a lot of things, their child will, take it up on their head, and they will think about mommy and daddy now live good. And as a children, remember, you can't talk to mommy and daddy, because if you talk to mommy and daddy go to room and say, you have to just load that alone. Anyway, I was so upset and everything. So I started out and I said, say, I'm going to try look somebody who can help me out in a school. And I tell you, that was my worst nightmare. I got abused. I get use all the bad treatment, but I bear it until I said, listen, my education come first. I'm gonna stick with mommy and daddy and grandma through their struggling to send me to school so I can make them be proud of me, I end that relationship and think God has provided, little money for me to go to school and everything. When daddy started to work, my mommy says to me that, listen, you're reaching grade 9, daddy responsible for you know. I said, okay then. And you was working, you was there for us, so guess what? Daddy go do it. So daddy took up the responsibility. So this is how I further my education. When daddy gave me like my lunch money and everything, I save about $50 or $100 and said, or $30 and says, if I finish high school, I want to further my education because I don't want it to stop there. Anyway, I further my education and I came out successful, the struggling and everything. Anyway, still in high school now, I reached grade 10. I do my end of year exam and I came second. I remember one day I was at school and a teacher walked up to me and said, I want you to be a prefect. I said, what? A prefect? Just because what God has done for me, I used it, to encourage somebody that listen, this is not the end of the road. So I would leave from home 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when I was on evening shift. I went to school and I, started out, teach students to read. Yes, I was in my struggling still and everything, and by helping them, students, they came on top in school and everything, which I felt so happy about them. Until this day, when I meet them on the road, they would say, teacher, you remember that you used to teach me at school? Yes. I take it as my responsibility. When I leave grade 10, I reach in grade 11 and, I continue the journey of being a prefect. And I use my prefect badge to, that I get to, use it to help out other students, help them out, and tell them that this is not the end of it. I was there with them. You understand me? So sometimes parents, we tell your picking, but you not come to nothing. Friend, we tell them, but they not come to nothing. Hear what? Don't tell them that. Encourage them to do good in a school, because you don't know that same pitney I go help out you when you old. You understand me? Mommy and daddy did encourage me. All when them I go through the struggling, and me used to take up it on my head in a school. Yeah. But still, make them be proud of me today. Cause anyway, when I did my CXCs, I get my subject and everything, and I left high school, and I decided to further my education at art. So I did food and beverage, and I came out successful and everything. And when I finished, before I finished, all of the money that I saved in my bank book, they were done, because I spent it within fear and lunch. Because daddy and mommy, I just don't want to pressure them, because yes, me come big now, me turn my adult, so me not want to call mommy and daddy, say, me want fear and everything. So when I almost finished school, go tell you how God is so good to me. When I finished art school doing food and beverage, I remember one day they called me and said, you have to do a couple more months because you failed some of your courses and all of that. I was say, like seriously. Anyway, they show me the package and they show me where, because it's art school, some of the subject them you have to like pass 75% for, to get 130. So anyway, when the teacher tell me that I failed some of them and I can't get my 30 and way and this and that, so I did them over and I prayed and I cried and said, imagine I push out so many efforts in school and I am the only students in the class that I have to stay back. They told me that I have to stay back, so I say, all right then, I'll stay back and do it and everything come out. Well, I passed them, I get my 30, I get my award. This is one of them. And each time when I looked on it and I said, God, all of my struggles and my pain that I was going through, if I did give up on you, I wouldn't reach this far. Sometimes many in school, as they reach a certain like half year, they tell themselves so they can't. Let me tell you this, you can do it. Bible tell us that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So it best not to give up. Pray. And if you want to seek help, you ask persons to help you through to school. Don't be afraid, because I did it and I get help through school. Anyway, when I get my cert, I get a job and everything. I think I spent less than a year at the hotel, in the hotel industry, because I have to, quit the job just to come home and stay with my grandma, because my grandmother is bedridden now and she can't move and everything. So I decided I'm going to quit the job to, help her out, that she can, she can get some rest, and because she was there for me, so I show it back to her with due respect. I could have go about my business, said I come big now, I want a husband, I want my children, I want to live my life, but no, I said, I'm gonna stay with my grandmother, I'm gonna take care of her, because she has done so many things for me. Until now, I am with my grandmother, still taking care of her. She's 100 years old this year. And she teach me a lot, so I used it, and I remember the things that I'm going through, like the struggling at school, just help myself. Said, grandma used to teach me this, grandma teach me to cook, grandma teach me to wash, and encourage me to be strong. I talk up no man for the stress you and make you get low grades and all of that. Something there. Yes, I then something to keep me until now. Anyway, after I get my 30 at art school to do food and bread, I said, grandma, although I stop, from work to come and sit, I wanted to do a business, but the business that I wanted to do, it was like doing chef and son, cook and sell, but that never come true, because grandma, me have to stick by grandma. Me can't leave her alone, because to her illnesses and so me say, alright then, me go keep her, go take care of her, and go try to do something. Try to sit down and print out how me can do a business at home while taking care of grandma. Anyway, I started out to do printing. It was good at first for the first year, and then everything, through school clothes, and and everything, we cannot get assignment, typing, anything to do, because I mostly work for the schools. So anyway, so I get 1 and 2 customers and the business also. I started to sit down and say, God, I need more customers, and God has placed customers in my life, and they are there for me and everything. Anyway, so when I started out, as I said, the printing and everything went well and everything. So start to feel alright now and say some I am in the printing business for about 7 to 8 years now. Yes, and it is it that keep me until now, because I even was going through struggling with customers. I didn't get enough customers that I wanted, and everything was up and down. I have to take care of grandma and everything. It was just a struggle for me to take care of grandma and do the printing. Sometimes when grandma well sick out, I say, God, do not make no customer come. I want me to do it because I can't do it. I have to send them elsewhere. Anyway, I have grown in the printing business now. Yes, and I further my business more. Yes, I have another business that God has provided me with. And so, everything is going well for that. Anyway, so I remember now, how come now I be a teacher? I remember I went on my Facebook page and I see this teaching thing promoting. So I started to say, I wanted to do this because I remember I was dunce and now I am bright. So I want to help out like others, kids and adults how to read, because I was there, so I know they feel when they can't call some big words and every meet them for the arts persons like what a word here, because me used to be every big word when me see I'm a sister and my brother because say what a word here, but today I don't have to call them anymore because God has let me become the person I am today. So when I see the teaching things, so I call my church sister because she was the instructor, and I called her and I asked her, is this going to be online or face? She said online. Me happy know me or up sending me paper and everything, sign up here, and they call me to tell me that I'm qualified to start the school, and I do the class for 1 year. And when I do it for 1 year, I was struggling because I couldn't. Times they will have face-to-face class and online. The face-to-face classes was so stressing because I couldn't leave grandma alone because I didn't have nobody to look over her until I get back. So I explained that to the teachers and everything. When I go to like some college or some like art school, if I miss out like one unit or one of them, so one of them topic there and assessment and everything, you can't get 130. So anyway, November last year when I finished school, I did my exam. When I did my exam, I passed my exam and I was qualified to graduate. And it encouraged me that, what if I did, give up on myself, said I can't, bother, that I could be out there doing bad things, I could be there, out there, police, me have to lock up and all of this stuff me, but, make me graduate, and last year, November the 24th, graduate, and everything, get my certificate, and I am happy to say that I am a educator. I'm so happy because when I said I want to start further my education again, Daddy was saying to me that, oh, you're going to do it, Grandma. I said, Daddy, God is in control. And I called my mother and told her that I was doing a teaching course. She was saying, okay, and she was asking, oh, I'm not going to do it with Grandma. I tell her God is in control, and I finished my teaching course, and the reason why I did the teaching course is like I remember when things was going bad for other students, the parents can't help them, and honor them something there. So kids that I know, I will let their parents I know that listen, send them come to me. We will teach them, we will help them out. And so comes enough pitney right now. Then we have see me on road, me not even remember some of their name. Then run and come go hug me up and say, Miss, you remember you used to teach me at primary school and basic school? Me feel proud. Now to know that me feel proud of it. Yes, so as parents and guardians, listen to me. Don't give up on your children. Because guess what? You don't know what that child's going to, come out to be. You don't know. Don't say negative things about them. Always speak positive things over their life. You understand me? Yes, so that's how I become a teacher, and how I was Dunce and now I'm bright. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel and like and share it. Thank you very much.